Okay. Today's vlog is about some realizations I had the past yesterday and today. And these realizations are all about fear, okay? Yesterday, I was in a lot of pain. And this pain comes every month because they're cramps. And this has been happening for over a decade. And I've had deeper spiritual experiences recently that have made my ability to observe my thoughts and feelings, just be able to observe them and then question them and see if I want to keep them. So how I've been doing life is living from my heart and from feeling joy every day and feeling peace and bliss. And when I go out in the world, I love it because I see God in everyone, and I see how special and so beautiful everyone is in their own unique way, because we're all expressions of the universe, delighting in getting to know itself. And I noticed something so interesting. Yesterday, when I was driving around and out in public doing errands, I was in pain. And I noticed that I would look at people like on the side of the road, and I'd like have suspicions and fearful like judgments about them. And I was just in such a, it wasn't really a mood as it was a way of perceiving. And what I realized, because I was like, this isn't normal anymore, but I was like frustrated at people driving, and I was making snap judgments, and I was like judging how they're driving and, calling them names in my head. And I realized, I'm like, this is not normal. I have literally not lived in this state I can't remember the last time that I was this way for like an entire 30 minutes or even 15. And so it wasn't, I was a little embarrassed because I was like, where is this coming from? This has not happened in forever. I know I used to live from a place of fear, but what is going on today? I realized that it was because I was in so much pain, physically oriented, that it was all about survival. And so I was defaulting to that self-protection, fear-based, judging, limited consciousness of seeing the world and seeing people and interacting with them and being like, oh, they want something from me, or oh, they're asking for money, they must be a terrible person, oh, that person's driving terrible, they must be a, I don't know, evil person or something. And so I was I was like, holy cow, I don't know. Some people apparently live their lives from this state of fear, right? Many of us do. Of living life, making decisions based out of fear, in a very reactionary type of living, and judgmental because they think that judgment's going to protect them. Better make sure I put up this guard before they hurt me, right? So I think what I realized yesterday is, on some level, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual pain, that people who are living from this very reactionary, judgment, fear-based place, where they aren't seeing the natural love and goodness and beauty and elegance and structure of the world and of other people, they have pain, they have trauma in their cells, in their cellular memory, and they're operating and keeping themselves in a perpetual cycle of creating because of this pain. And I think many of us don't even realize that there is a pain. And of course, addictions show that we're trying to get away from some kind of pain, and then we're numbing it with some kind of substance or shopping or people liking us or something like that. There's so many different kinds of addictions, even if it's just like checking your phone and hoping that somebody liked your Instagram photo or something. And so I realized that what was difficult for me yesterday is that it was hard for me, even though I've had so much practice, like authentically living from a place of choosing love and joy and peace in my body, and literally being able to feel heaven in my body, feeling zero pain, is that I think whenever we have this pain and trauma locked in our body, whether, locked in our emotionally in our tissues, creating disease, or we literally have a physical pain caused from this disease, or we just have this inner battle of our inner critic or programs that we picked up whenever we were kids causing pain, is that it's a cycle. And believing, like not even seeing that there's another option besides what cycle we're stuck in, is what keeps us in the cycle. So I think cracking through, just like slowly cracking through the shell of like hard protection of, well, I have decided this is how the world is because I have to make judgments about things in order to put them in their place and be like, this is how I feel about this is how this is, and this is how these people are. Now I gotta keep my world like this and safe, because if I don't have judgments or fear, and I'm not reactionary and putting up a wall first, then I will get hurt. So I think it is time that I start trying experiments and reaching out to people and asking them, what would it be like for life to be like next level amazing? Like, what would your dream life be like? And have them start ideating and percolating on, like, how good could my life get? Because I think we settle for mediocre lives, and we get used to the pain and trauma, and we normalize it until we're like, yeah, this is how like everyone's like this. Like, this is normal. Like, mediocre is normal. We would never admit that to ourselves. But yeah, I think we choose consistently out of fear. We choose fear-based decisions and habits, running away from pain rather than towards pleasure, because of the pain and trauma we have at some level of our psyche. So for today's realization, I woke up, was feeling this pain again. Normally lasts about 2 days, 1 or 2. And I was like, I got this message that, and I normally get messages like, it's kind of normal to have messages like when you wake up, because you just came from your dream state whenever things are a lot more clear. So what I realized for me is that maybe one of the reasons that I keep creating this pain is because it's helping me to understand something better. Like, it's helping me understand myself better. And it's serving some sort of purpose, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be creating this subconsciously. It's serving some kind of purpose. Maybe my mess is my message, and through the journey of me learning how to cope, become mentally resilient, and improve my emotional and physical states, I can help other women and people dealing with all sorts of types of pain. And I noticed that if I was in alignment with myself, Kyle Cease talks about being in alignment with yourself. If I was in alignment with myself in carrying out my mission, my life's purpose, my soul's vision, if I was in alignment with myself in going towards physically producing my highest ideal in the world, like through my business, then I would be in alignment with myself. I wouldn't be playing small. And if I was in alignment with myself, my entire being would be in alignment with itself. So by me playing small, it's like, out of alignment, Carissa. Like, you know what you need to be doing, and you're not doing it because of fear. You're acting like the illusion of fear is more powerful than you, and you know it's not. You're just taking the easy route. So that keeps me out of alignment with myself truly, and therefore I am creating misalignment in my body. So it's kind of like a battlefield still. And I think this pain is showing me that the more I trust my body, the more I trust my inner GPS and the signals and the messages and the directives and the guidance, the more literal heaven on earth I can create in my life and also in my body, and eliminating this pain completely. That feels really true. And hell, if it's not true, what am I gonna lose? Like, by being like, maybe I'll get rid of this pain if I actually stop playing small and being a pussy and just actually go for it, Carissa, because, like, what are you gonna lose, Carissa? Nothing. Like, this is what your life's all about. Just play big. And maybe in the meantime, you'll get rid of this pain that, is levels 8, 9, and 10 that you've had for over a decade. So, can't lose trying it out. We'll see. I feel like there's a lot of truth to this, a lot of deep, like, spiritual truth. Yeah. All right. Love you guys. Bye.